Maybe you're thinking about moving to Bellingham, Washington, or maybe you're a current resident who has noticed an influx in people relocating from out of the area. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about 6 of the most common reasons that people are making the move to Bellingham, and we're going to get started right now. Number 1 on our list is this outdoor lifestyle and access to nature that so many people enjoy while they're here in the Bellingham area. Now, Bellingham is strategically positioned between the Cascade Mountains and Puget Sound. It's going to afford you opportunities for all sorts of outdoor adventures. This can include skiing and snowboarding. This can include hiking, biking, trail running, getting out on the water, whether you like to sail, to paddleboard, to kayak. There's fishing opportunities. The list is long and varied, and so lots of opportunities for you to enjoy nature. Sometimes those things are a destination away. It might take an hour 15 to drive up to Mount Baker. Sometimes those things are right outside your back door. So some of the local parks here in the area are going to give you opportunities to take the kids out, let them jump on a play structure, immediate access to the water. Some of the parks have tennis courts and pickleball courts, basketball courts. There's a lot of great stuff for you to be able to do. Some of my favorite parks here in the area are, for example, Whatcom Falls Park, with a host of different activities to enjoy. Another one is Boulevard Park down on the water in the South Bellingham Fairhaven area. And some of my favorite trails to enjoy here immediately in Bellingham are either the Chanterelle Trail out at the end of North Shore out on Lake Whatcom, as well as the Interurban Trail that runs from Fairhaven Park all the way out to Larrabee State Park, and then there's a whole trail system for you to enjoy up off of the Interurban Trail as well. So number 1 on the list, again, is access to outdoors and recreation. And as we'll talk about here in another section of the video, these are things that you can do the vast majority of the year based on weather. Number 2 on our list is a growing job market. Now, the job opportunities and the areas of which they're growing are vast and varied, but the 2 that we'll focus on for the purpose of this video are education and healthcare. So there's been a lot of expansion, a lot of growth up at Western Washington University. In addition to that, we have other opportunities with Bellingham Technical College and with Bellingham Community College. There's also massive expansion that's occurred at Peace Health here in Bellingham. So that's St. Joseph's Hospital. The scope and the depth and the width and the breadth and whatever the other appropriate terms are with regards to the scope of services, the quality of care that are being offered at their facilities. So if you're in the education or the health industry, well, there's likely opportunities for you here. Another important thing to note is that Bellingham does rank above the national average in terms of hourly and salary-based compensation. And last but not least, there's of course a lot of people who are working remote positions but are relocating to Bellingham for the quality of life that we'll kind of cover in some of these other categories. But that said, lots of job opportunities, lots of growth, lots of economic improvement, both occurring as we speak and projected here as we move into the future. Number 3 on our list is quality of life in the small town feel that you get to enjoy and experience when you live here in Bellingham. Now, as we've talked about in other videos, Bellingham has a population of approximately 90,000 people, with Whatcom County as a whole being somewhere in the ballpark of 225,000 people. So we are a big enough space where you've got access to the vast majority of amenities that you're going to hope to enjoy on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Again, occasionally maybe traveling someplace like Vancouver, BC, or Seattle for kind of some of the bigger city venues that you might look to enjoy. But here in the area, you know, it's not uncommon for you to go out to the grocery store, to go to the coffee shop, to go out for dinner, and run into not 2, maybe 3, 4 some odd people that you know. And it's just kind of a running joke here in the area that, well, you know, hey, that's Bellingham. So another thing that is great about Bellingham, it's a fantastic area to raise children. Now, growing up in the area here myself, I've actually lived here my entire life. We've not left, but I did have a lot of friends who left the area after high school, after college, went and lived in other parts of the country, many of whom have started families and have now begun to come back to Bellingham again to be able to enjoy this quality of life that's here in the area. There's all sorts of ways for you to plug into the community, whether that's through, you know, your kids' programs, whether that's through different groups that meet regularly to, you know, everything from book clubs to hiking clubs to different athletic endeavors. So there's a lot going on here in the area, a lot of ways for you to plug in. It's a great community vibe. Again, a big enough city that it's got the vast majority of the amenities that you're going to hope to enjoy enjoy and have available at your fingertips, but small enough where you're going to know your neighbors, you're going to run into people that you know, again, when you head to the grocery store, the coffee shop, what have you. So quality of life, number 3 on our list. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you can keep up on all the content that we're releasing about Bellingham, about Whatcom County, and all the great things that are going on here in this area. My name is Jeff Engen. I'm with MJB Real Estate Group, and every day we get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you that are considering a move to this area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking about moving tomorrow, 10 months from now, sometime in between, we encourage you to reach out. All of our contact information can be found below. We also encourage you to download our completely free, no strings attached relocation guide to help you better understand the Bellingham area and to continue to consider if it might be the right spot for you. But for now, let's get back to talking about these 6 reasons that people are relocating to Bellingham. Number 4 on our list is the mild weather and climate that's afforded to you here in Bellingham. Now, I've just recently done a video on the weather, so if you're interested in taking a deeper dive specific to weather, I encourage you to take a look at that. But the thing that you need to know is that the weather is mild. That's the general theme across all seasons of the year. So in the winter months, we get our temperatures in the high 30s to mid 40s. In the summer months, we get our temperatures in the mid 70s to low 80s, and the idea is that it's a workable temperature to be outside year round. I just had clients in town from Arizona this week. They shared with me there was a couple days in October this year where the temperatures were as high as 117 degrees. So despite the fact that Arizona comes with a lot more sun than we're accustomed to experiencing here in the Pacific Northwest, there are many reasons that circumstance, those temperatures are not sustainable, and it has people considering areas like Bellingham and other places in the Pacific Northwest to be able to enjoy a cooler, more mild climate where they can take advantage of these outdoor activities on a year-round basis and not deal with some of the extreme weather that's happening in other parts of the country. Number 5 on the list is our commitment to sustainability. Now, Bellingham is known for a variety of things within this, I guess, under this umbrella. This ranges from, our restaurants here locally that source their ingredients for their food directly from farms, so farm to table at a lot of our restaurants. This also dovetails with our waste management here in the area. So we've got compost, we've got landfill, we've got recycling, we've got all of these initiatives in place to be good stewards of the environment, make sure that we're wasting as little as possible, reusing whenever possible. And the same thing is true with our energy initiatives here. So focusing a lot on clean energy. Even our local public transportation system has a low emissions program that they employ. So there's a big commitment to sustainability here in the area. It's something that's important to us, just being good stewards of the planet, of this area that we get to call home. And that is something that is unique for this area comparative to especially many major cities throughout the country. So number 5 on the list is the commitment to sustainability. Last but not least, number 6 on our list is affordability. Now, this is of course all relative. If you're coming from somewhere in rural Indiana, somewhere in the Midwest, small farm town, well then cost of living might be significantly more affordable for you in those areas than they are here in Bellingham. But if you're considering Bellingham comparative to Seattle, I pulled the numbers just off Redfin's site for 2023. They showed that cost of living was as much as 30 to 40% lower in Bellingham as compared to Seattle for the 2023 going into 2024 period of time. So it is all relative, but if you're considering someplace in the Pacific Northwest, you're considering a major metropolitan area like Portland, like Seattle, well then your cost of living here is going to be markedly lower. As always, I hope this video has been helpful to you. I want to encourage you one last time to download that free relocation guide that I mentioned earlier in the video to help you continue to explore Bellingham, decide if this might be the right spot for you. Encourage you once more to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and encourage you to reach out with questions. Contact information can be found below, is in the relocation guide. I'm here to help you in any way that I can. But for now, appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.